This is a static hurdler stretch for the hamstrings. And for this one, we're going to use a block so that we don't over compress the knee that's not stretching. So basically, if I'm going to stretch my right leg here, I'm going to put the block in whatever position it needs to be relative to what I'm feeling in my knee. So first I'll start with a nice flat position, and I'll sit my right hip onto the block. This knee is bent all the way, and I'm nice and comfortable in this knee. I have no discomfort. It's not super compressed. There's absolutely no pain. So if there was, if it was uncomfortable or really tight, then just elevate this hip a little bit higher until it goes away. And so I'll start again, sitting on the block, pull my knees together. I'm gonna actually point through the stretch leg toe. It's gonna tighten up my calf and help the knee stabilize against the stretch a little bit. And then I'm gonna sit up really tall through my spine. So I wanna keep this, in this phase, we're gonna keep your back from rounding. So straight back, pointing through my toe. Now I'm gonna add in the quad here. So I'm gonna activate the quad, squeezing that will help this hamstring relax. And right there I can already feel a little bit more stretch. What I like to do from here is just keep that heel anchored, push up off the block a little bit, reach my hips back without this heel moving, and it just puts more traction on my hamstring, gives me a little more length. I sit my hip back down on the block, straighten my back up tall, make sure again that my toes, I'm pointing through there, and I've got my quad tightened up. And now if I can get any more stretch, it would be from me tilting at my hip, not rounding my back. So if I tilt from my hip, I feel my lower back working, that's okay. Let it work, get stronger here. Quad stays tight, toe stays pointed, and I've tilted forward far enough to where if I go any further, my hip's not gonna move, I'm just gonna round into my lower back. So I'm right where I need to be. I've got a good 70% intensity in this hamstring over here on the right side. I'm just gonna maintain that, take my long, slower breaths. 3 to 5 seconds inhale, 3 to 5 seconds exhale. I can hold this stretch for up to 2 minutes each side. I'm going to show you the next phase, which is going to work the medial hamstring. So if I was going to do these back to back, I would cut the time down a little bit. I would say maybe I would do this for a minute and then come and do the second phase, which I'll show you here, for another minute. You can also find that maybe you're more restricted in one of these two phases that I show you, positions that I show you. And if so, then spend a little bit more time on that one. So after I've done this since I'm going to combine them, I'll do it for a minute. Again, I can go up to 2 minutes if I wasn't going to go right back to this one. But so I'm going to pull this knee out and around and open that knee to my hip if I can get it that far. So if you feel like you're getting bound up here, it's getting tight, it feels like it's once a cramp, then you can elevate your hip a little bit and should take that away. And I'll do the same thing with this leg again. I'm going to point through my toe. I'm going to squeeze this quad, straighten that knee out. I want to make sure also that I'm not turned out this way, as I'm going to lose the stretch. So I need to keep my hips around square toward the edge of the mat out here with my foot. So right there, now the stretch for me has changed. It's coming in here a little bit more on the inside of the hamstring. So it's that medial hamstring. Squeezing my quad, pointing to my toe. I'm going to lift my chest really tall and tilt just to right about there. If I go any further, my hip's not going to move. So I'll just round through my lower back. And that's no longer stretching your hamstrings. It's just going to stretch your lower back. We're not going to do that for this one. So now I've got that, and I'm breathing those long, slow inhales, long, slow exhales. Keeping this quad tight. Again, I can go up to 2 minutes. And if it feels like it softens up at any point in time, I can always just tilt and always take advantage of that. Remember, you don't want to force a stretch, but you want to be listening, and it'll tell you when it's ready to go further, and that's when you want to take advantage and go further.